Hello and welcome to the Crazy Train. I'm your host Rob Wade and I'm joined by Marc Cummins.
I see you reminiscing about the train I love and I'm like crazy.
Sam Crouch.
I didn't come with anything, so...
What, accessories or anything? You are the worst action figure ever.
Not even Kung Fu grip.
I told you I don't bend.
It's not blockbusters. We don't have to bring mascots.
It's a solid form of plastic.
No,
I am, yes.
No?
You can put me in one pose.
Solid plastic.
Joposable.
Solid plastic himself, Blake Harmer.
Joposable.
Vision dreams of train.
Running through my train.
All I see is railways, baby.
I love when you guys coordinate just before. And Spike Direction.
I'm back and I'm only here for the pity.
Oh.
Well, that was good. Thanks for that. That feels good.
You won't be
So-
finding any of that here, you cunt.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. So next week,
Check us out on iTunes. Yeah, so how's everybody doing?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright?
It's been a while.
So you want to get a sit down first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Damn it.
Brad can't be with us, unfortunately. He has other things to concern himself with at the moment. Omer also, unfortunately, couldn't be with us. He was supposed to be here, which is why I kept plugging on Facebook and Twitter that there might be 6 of us. So his reason is as follows. His daughter has had some jabs, and his words, she's currently shouting at my face, and bedtime was an hour ago.
The moral here is never have children.
Well, anyway. Yeah, no, everybody doing well. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's been a while since some of you guys have been on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been years.
It was last year.
I think
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
the first Crazy Train of 2017, bitches.
I think this is the first time me and Spike Direction have actually been on a show together.
It is.
Yeah.
I was very excited by it.
Oh my god, it's like Omer all over again.
This is
I haven't been on a show with you either. Fuck me.
I have been on a show with you.
you have it. So.
Fuck me.
Fuck you.
Sit the fuck down.
It's all about the Crouch show today.
I'm already sitting down.
We're all
thanks.
seated.
Oh, sit down lower.
Limbo, bitch.
Slouch down.
That's good.
Slouch, crouch.
Slower clouch. Sour
I
slouch.
warned
No,
you,
wait.
I might be able to cough more.
All right.
That's my job, bitch.
Honestly, I'm really struggling not to cough every 10 seconds now.
I
That's
feel
fine.
like
it's like
if you
it's
need
like
to
a
cough,
nervous
yeah,
thing
if
now.
you need to cough just for
Aim it at the
legitimate
mic.
reasons,
I feel like it's just that time of year.
do the opposite of that.
It's the most.
How do you do the opposite of that?
Okay.
Just breathe in loudly. No, breathe in softly.
I would have had to do that with the week I've had so far. I would have had to do that if there had been all 6. I would have had to go, Mark, Crouch, Blake.
Malcolm.
Man, that is
Wow, that's a
dated
deep cut.
reference, kiddies.
Oh.
Well, that's coming back, isn't it now?
What?
Have you not
What?
heard this?
No.
I'm sure there's a new, maybe like a one-off or something where they're
That's good
reuniting the
enough
old
for me.
cast.
What is this?
Malcolm in the middle.
Oh, why is it every single show I'm on suddenly it goes from Crazy Train to let's teach Mark something new?
Because it's not many
Every
things that you
single
know.
time.
Have you ever seen Malcolm in the
You
Middle?
happen
Oh,
to
of course
know.
I've seen Malcolm in the Middle.
okay.
I just didn't know they were bringing it
Yeah,
back.
no, I didn't know.
We didn't either. He was the only one.
Yeah, I believe this is the case.
I
I'm
hope
not
you're
100%
right.
sure.
Oh.
News to me as well.
Although I think there
Yeah.
is some sort of technicality
Thanks,
where Bryan Cranston has to come back as Breaking Bad.
Here's to come back, having woken up from the dream.
comes-
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Walter White again. Yeah.
Let's just analyse that. for a
Breaking Bad
second.
is canon.
He doesn't come back as Walter White. He comes back as the show Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that. I was sort of hoping nobody would notice.
Hello. Apparently that's what a show would do. Hello.
Waving at us.
I'm the whole show. I'm the big show.
Word.
Oh, wrestling reference.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what that went totally over my head.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
Well,
That'll
you've been
happen.
paying attention.
We're missing
If you
the
know
long
that
lingo.
I don't know anything.
we're missing the Crazy Train member for the wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah, Jimmy Snooker.
yeah. Well, he does have a baby yelling at him,
He was in prison.
like you do. What? No, Omer. No, not the other guy.
He had a baby. I think he was.
There's a long lost E14 member with a. Oh, is that how the podcast started?
I would like to announce my retirement from this show.
Well, you didn't even get to 65.
I did.
This is 45. It's weird, isn't
I'll
it?
hang on a little bit longer.
To consider that we're like 45 episodes in, that's pretty good going, I think.
I think so.
You know. So in some ways, I never thought we'd get this far, but I always hoped.
I wonder how dead inside I'll be at 65.
Yeah.
I think it's a fairly safe bet to be high.
I'll be high.
He'll be high. But how dead will you
Whatever
be?
helps.
Are we talking about the age or the show?
Breaking Bad.
No.
Is that an age?
The age or the show number.
Oh,
Is it We Dead Inside at 65 or show 65?
I don't plan on living
Probably
that
both.
Both of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those.
Whichever comes first.
long. Yeah.
And
Well, as you get older, that's a
Well-
risk.
If we record at this schedule, I might.
Welcome to episode 65. Joe's dribbling in the corner.
That's an episode title if ever I heard one.
That was on the first.
It wouldn't be the stupidest we've had.
I bet by the time show 65 comes around, we'll be like one of those bands like the current lineup of like Slade or whatever, where Joe's the last original member and there's all these like hired scabs. Replace sort of like there's one that looks like me and there's one that looks like Rob and there's one that looks like Blake.
He's implying that I take over the crazy.
No, you wouldn't. It's like
I haven't got a
it's
plan.
usually like this.
This will be it.
Yeah, this is my will. I'm with
Yeah, exactly.
my show will.
Yeah, you'll just carry on with that.
paint. I really like it.
It's nice paint, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
So so for the benefit of the listeners, because that's not great radio. It's really nice colour blue.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing more exciting than that.
With the power of radio, you can use your imagination.
Imagine a really lovely shade of blue.
What is blue?
And that is the wall.
This room, it's Powerade.
You know what's weird?
It is
when I was,
Powerade, isn't it?
It's kind of, yeah. It's
It's a
fucking
little bit
blue.
creamier than Powerade.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
Omer would say.
Add
Fucking
some cream
blue.
to Powerade and then you can look along
Then
with
you can
us.
puke when
As
you
Omer
drink
would
it.
say, Rob's walls, they're fucking blue.
To summarise then, episode 46?
Five.
This is 5. Are you talking about the next one?
No,
or
no, this one. So episode 45, summarise.
Fucking blue.
Blues, so far blue.
To summarise,
That's the first bullet
I'm
point.
good.
Blue and show in one person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Breaking Bad.
Dabba-dee,
Is that
dabba-da.
it?
I don't know.
It
Did I get it right?
What's great is you both look like sort of animatronic restaurant characters. Breaking Bad, kids!
Oh my god, the Breaking Bad themed restaurant would be amazing.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, where they
Don't
give
you like
they
some
give
salt?
you
Don't
bacon
use the
which
blue
is a
salt.
number.
Yeah.
Don't use the
The
blue
food,
salt.
the food shit, but I'm off my tits.
They only serve breakfast.
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
And whenever
It'd
you
just be
order the
bacon,
special
yeah,
item on the floor, like on the menu, he just chucks that fucking bomb thing on the floor. Boom! Change places.
And if you order pizza, they have to
it's
go
an
get it off
artsy-
the roof.
I mean, that's quite artsy in itself. If you go to like a top restaurant, you know, with 1 or 2 Michelin stars, I'm not saying that I've been to one, I have.
Nobody likes
And
to
they,
bang on a
they,
bit.
you want a
they-
medal?
they come out with like some kind of
Kind of.
sagebrush that they've lit on fire and they put under a glass dome. Why can't we just have water white? Just come out and just go
Meth.
and then just run off.
A full bullet of mercury, just
Yeah.
like fling it at your face.
I want it to become like a fast
You
food
don't need to
chain.
eat anymore.
No, you don't have a face.
Yeah, I want that to be. I really want that to be like a fast food chain. Da 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 da. Meth.
Welcome to McMeth.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really
got
bad
caught.
Shakespearean play.
Ow.
Trademark.
You'll be cleaning your hands.
Trademark. Clarence decided to try and flip my desk. You can't do that unless you're really angry. It doesn't work.
My thumb's not big enough at the moment.
No, this is true. But you keep at it, young man. Dream big. One day I'll be able to flip his desk with my thumb. And on that day, we'll be underwater.
That sounds like a goal.
It sounds like a really bad version of Shakespeare. Macbeth. Killed by
You can't. You have to say the druggy play.
It's like the Asylum did a production of Macbeth, didn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Macbeth. That's the one that
Macbeth.
comes out just before the Macbeth comes out in the cinemas.
Yes.
You get Macbeth in like the bargain bin. You know?
When shall we three meet again?
It's actually a
Oh,
rip-off
fucked
of
if I know,
Braveheart.
mate. I don't know what day it is now.
It's actually just a
Okay,
rip off Brave.
Brewfort.
Macbeth
That'll be the
and
Asylum version
Ketamine
of-
FC.
When shall we free feel again?
What should we do feel again?
When can I feel again?
The come down's a bitch, Lady Witch.
No man or woman born can get this high.
the correct ingredients for the perfect high.
That's Macbeth. Look forward to that in theatres never.
I'd watch that.
I really think this would be
I
a show.
would.
I reckon this
But
would
to be
be
fair, we're going to be busy with doing hiring stagehands,
Yeah.
and posters, and fitness.
I guarantee there's at least one listener
Need to
right
pass
now
medical.
like planning on ripping
Just get
this
Walter
off.
White, he'll do the whole show.
Yeah, it's fun. Sorry, what are you
So
saying?
I'll guarantee there's one listener at least right now going, I'm going to rip that off.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, copyright.
Well, to be fair, great minds.
Well, I already trademarked.
Great minds
How do you-
steal.
How can you trademark
Public domain.
what?
We've never figured it out, but he
Yeah.
somehow found a way.
You can't just put C.
Frantically scrabbling for a wallet.
There you go. I'll do it officially now. Trademark.
It actually came out quite nicely on the mic. We're experimenting with a
That's
new
heads.
format because there are quite a few of us. I was really, as excited as I was, and everybody kept saying, yeah, I'm free. I was like, fucking awesome, all these guys are free. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to organise this?
How are we going to manage this cluster of vipers?
Yeah. Thankfully, I have...
Exactly.
Vipers.
Yeah,
I am so used to
I've spoken to hosts of other podcasts who say that some of their members are like herding a particularly stubborn cat. Herding cats is bad enough, and then you add the stubbornness in, and cats themselves are arseholes at the best of times.
How did that one go again? Vipers, what was
A
it?
cluster of vipers.
Cluster of Vipers, I'm using that. That's replacing the Jack of Clubs.
I always go with cacophony of arseholes.
Coffee of arseholes. I think Queef Nugget's been a new one I've been using recently.
Okay.
I like that one, Queef Nugget. It's got a certain
A solid
Disgusting quality.
queefy
A certain
piece.
Creepy lumpiness to it.
queefy appeal.
I always think of them quite ploppy.
Floppy. I get more of a crunch.
Oh god.
Oh, you're
Floppy
like
queef.
ploppy cunt, aren't you?
You're a ploppy cunt, aren't you?
Ploppy cunt, ain't you, mate?
Shout out to the Midlands.
Whoever you are.
To be fair, the Master Debaters podcast is from the Midlands, and they listen occasionally. So shout out to Master Debaters, choo motherfuckers.
Actually, Ploppy, wasn't that a
Blackadder.
Blackadder thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ploppy.
Yeah. Well, there are two of them. There was like
Ploppy
the
and his
husband
dad
and the
was
wife.
Ploppy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
the
it,
whole family
yeah,
of
that was it.
Ploppies.
They're all called
That's
Ploppy.
it, yeah, they're all called Ploppy, yeah.
Yeah.
Aid Atkinson. That's the wrong person.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Right,
It's like me.
Aid
Listeners,
Evanson was in an episode of Black.
he was
but not
with Rick Mel.
But you wouldn't think of him as the principal title role in that. So would you?
Or
Tell you
even
what,
remote.
that cameo,
I was just
that
trying to
Can You
help.
Miss It show.
Yeah, actually, can you imagine Edward Hitler in fucking...
Edward Hitler.
That was it in Bottom.
Oh, sorry,
that was
yes,
his character
of
in
course
Bottom. Just put him in Blackadder.
Yeah.
As like Blackadder.
Sure.
That could be your next episode intro.
There you go. Yeah, fine.
Fine.
Done.
And then Baldwin
Right in,
could
and
be
let us know
like
which one you
Rick
prefer.
Mail.
Probably the Games Cast, the next one.
Yeah, why not?
And on the Games Cast, Blake.
Games.
Yeah, games are good.
Yeah,
I eat them quite often.
they're delicious. Especially the digital ones. They are filling.
You got the Nintendo Switch? Nah, it's just the way my trousers rock up.
He's back, baby. Did everybody have a good Christmas period? Did
I was in
everybody enjoy it?
hospital.
Hospital.
I'll come back to that.
I don't have periods, so...
Oh, fair
I
enough.
want to come back to that.
Sorry, I just assumed your gender, didn't I? I'm terribly sorry. It's current year. I do apologise.
It's XX.
Yeah. All right. So,
Wait,
Spike,
No,
you're
that's
in
chromosomes.
Yeah, no, I
You
was,
still assume.
I was thinking along Mega Man terms.
Mega Man.
The year is
20.
20XX.
Sure. Yeah. So,
Thanks.
Spike, you're in hospital.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Well, it's
Because I read about it, but I didn't actually see what the details were.
I died.
It's one of my
I
favourite.
never read the comments.
One of my favourite things that's been happening to me since I was last on is I have this recurring infection in my right leg that sort of starts at my knee, goes all the way down to my foot, and just makes the whole thing balloon up and go red. And I get really ill, and I can't stand up, and I get a horrible temperature, and so I was in hospital. I went in the day
Can
before
you turn
Christmas
it into a
Eve.
giraffe?
Sadly not.
I was
My
wondering.
skin does
After
flake
all
off like
that.
an elephant afterwards when I'm getting better. So that's happening right now. It's really satisfying. You pull it off in big sheets.
I like when you get sunburned.
Yeah.
And when
But
it sort
better
of
because
heals
the
up.
skin is really thick. It's like leather.
Oh,
Oh, it's so
that
good.
does sound awesome.
Do you know, I was sitting there
you
thinking
can't-
that.
That almost made missing Christmas
It's making, me,
worthwhile.
it's making me cringe.
Can you shout, I'm not an animal, I'm a human being?
I'll do it next time it happens.
If he, if he
happen
tries,
again.
the next time it happens, it more likely just...
Yeah, well, that's kind of all I can do after. But yeah, so
the drugs.
that happened. But
Yeah.
there was one funny thing on Christmas Day that,
Right.
that gave me a little bit of tiny smidge of pleasure amongst all the feeling sorry for myself.
I got
The-
off.
His
No,
legs
the-
went-
Sorry.
Oh my god! If you had been there, you would. It's not even. You couldn't even contemplate it, mate. It's like.
Don't worry,
like-
that's meant to happen.
An orgy just happened.
Do you know what, actually? Let's have a bit of fun. Contemplate it. What do you come up with immediately? If he says you can't contemplate what happened to him on Christmas Day in hospital,
I was just talking about. I was talking about
Wait,
you
what
couldn't
happens to
even
me?
contemplate getting off.
oh,
Why is it
no
keep
light
pointing
for
to
me? No
Sorry,
possibility
I thought
whatsoever.
I was going to go around the. If it was going to be something like you couldn't,
It's
you
not-
won't
I
believe what
don't
happened,
wanna-
I'd be
I don't
like,
wanna
have a
build it up
guess.
too
He's
much.
not clickbait.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to build it up
And
too
his
much. It's
name
not
is
that
Chauncey.
outlandish.
What happened next to him? You won't believe.
Exactly. You
Now I
will
really
believe it.
I
It's
got
not that
noshed off on
ridiculous.
the old Kelty ward.
No.
Del Boy the.
Right, so tell us about your Christmas day, number 7.
Oh, well, there was the old boy opposite me. He was probably the only person on the ward who was vaguely compos mentis. Everybody else was totally gone. Like,
And
just-
you know you don't like them when they're gone.
they're just, oh,
They've got to be alive.
you devil.
They start to smell.
Oh God.
The gums are dry. Why is it all in a West Country?
I was going to say, why do I feel like I'm watching that like...
Why is
some
loads
Hot
of it
Fuzz?
sexual?
Emmerdale.
Why is he Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
For the greater good.
I cannot tell a story when I'm being heckled by Danny fucking Butterman.
He's not Judge Judy and Executioner.
We've got to the point where it's not even worth it. Actually, it's
No,
like,
go,
he's
go,
killing it. He's killing it.
So there's the one, the one other living man in the ward. He
Yeah,
was-
basically.
Yeah.
Like the one sane man. The rest of
okay.
them just had no... Like, there was a guy a few rows back from me who, when I was trying to sleep at night, all you could hear was just, no, nurse, something, fuck, nurse, like that, just endlessly.
Fucking hell.
That can be your
Say,
next
fucking hell, that was
episode.
through the night.
He's doing
All through the night.
He's doing the world's fastest crossword.
He's trying to
Something, fuck, something, G, 5 down.
He's giving up on a lot of them there, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, something, he's like, to know those ones.
She's just like, where would I even begin?
Oh my God.
Can I at least have the clue?
But no,
I've only got the cryptic one. Is that helpful?
What's the cryptic clue? Fuck!
It's fornicate. Oh, thank you.
Mine, but he's playing Pictionary.
all it was the guy opposite me. He was like, he'd had stomach pains all day.
Right.
He called the nurse and he just goes,
Shut up.
Nurse, I need to ask you for something, nurse. He's like, what is it, Brian? What is it? And they were really nice to him. He's quite a nice guy, but he's like, I need you to get me an anemone. What do you want, Brian? I need an anemone. What is that? I need it to help me with my motions. That really brightened my day on Christmas
I can believe
Day.
it, you know.
It's like the idea that they just wheel out a sea anemone.
Yeah, I know. I put it up.
Okay, Brian. I don't see how this is going to help, but okay.
It's a bit spiky. There we go.
Boom.
Tell you what, Brian, it's your money, mate.
No, it's my money.
Yes, everybody's money.
And this is why no one takes the NHS seriously. I mean, who keeps an enemy on hand?
Bloody botanist.
We must use them 3 times a year, but it's worth it.
And this is where your taxes go.
I'm happy if just my taxes go on that. That's fine.
Just your taxes.
Yeah.
We
No
can
one
only
else
afford
is.
3 anemones because we only get tax revenue from Blake.
Are they that expensive?
No, you just pay so little.
Oh.
What?
Oh, yeah, you know where to shop, that's all.
Yeah.
Blake is a master of anemones.
I get Tesco's finest anemones.
These aren't just anemones. These are M&S arse-friendly anemones.
Virginal anemones.
Very bitter. They're extra spiky.
It goes up your arse.
Extra spiky.
Marks and Spencer.
So they don't slip out.
Yeah. They're extra spiky, so they bite on.
It's like a cat's penis.
Barbed for you.
Not that I've any
No,
experience.
no, yes,
with that.
because I won't ask.
Yeah, barbed for nobody's pleasure.
Barb.
Because fuck you.
Oh, I'm going to reiterate that retirement.
So, Spike, you always like to hear about my weird dreams, right?
No.
Really? Because
No.
your favourite story from the Crazy Train history is one of my weird dreams.
Oh yeah, but I tell you,
that was funny.
have I made
You
the
thought it was
distinction before? I think I've explained my nuanced position on this before.
All right,
But
do it anyway.
I hate-
Everybody's episode, somebody's first.
Why is he always using big words?
I know.
nuanced
like,
is not a big word.
That is a pretty big
Why are
word.
you using
Neither
big
up your
words?
vocabulary and
pronounce that?
game, mate.
See, vocabulary, what is that? I must upgrade
Stop
words
talking
good.
at once.
Yeah. Stop using big words like up.
Stop using
and
big
the.
words like big words.
Yeah.
And the.
This big.
He's getting literal on us.
And a.
So anyway,
So your dream
dreams.
position.
Hearing about people's dreams is boring,
Right.
but hearing about people talking in their sleep is fucking hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Because the juxtaposition of the nonsensical dream world, intruding on the real world, is very funny. Because you say something like, you go, "Mum, heads up," like out loud in your sleep. That's really funny. But just hearing about your dream where it's like you were going upstairs and then your mum was there and then she was also your boss and then there was a cake and that's just a load of things that happen one after the other.
As I sadly delete show notes.
He was going to tell
But
you
you
about
could
his
tell it
his
if you
dreams
really-
in
No,
2017.
I had a dream and I was like, Spike will love this, and I've been keeping it for days and just turned it over in my head so I don't forget. And then it comes to the day and he's like, "Fuck all your dreams," and also that thing you remember.
Don't dream.
Well,
Never dream, kids.
I
Never
bet you're
dream.
regretting getting me back on, aren't you now?
Never.
Is this now the episode where we now pity the other Rob?
We tag Spike out and tag a different Robin.
I've had my allocated quota of pity now. We'll move on to the next person.
Yeah.
No, you still get the odd
Aw,
bit. It's just
Poor Rob's not allowed to dream.
Is that what you've called him now?
Poor Rob.
Poor Rob. Yeah.
Poor Rob.
To be fair, it's not I'm not unreasonable.
It's not the worst
It's going to be a
nickname.
title of his solo album.
Yes. My blues.
Paul Rob's not allowed to dream.
Yeah. Poor Rob. No room for dreams.
Things like it's not even poor as in POOR. It's like Rob just in a giant container and people just tipping him out. Poor Rob on your cereal.
That was what his dream was.
I'll have a glass of that, please.
I regret nothing.
You must drink every drop. I can't handle being split into two containers.
Be like some weird fucking dairy product Darth Maul. What the shit is this?
Although
Come back with
ironically,
robot legs.
he's also good for your paws.
Spread me. Yeah.
Blake Knight spreading Rob across his forearm there.
Just to buy a little Rob.
Like a lovely hand puppet.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's poor Rob.
Poor Rob.
Oh, poor Rob.
When I like to go out, I like to look my best. That's why I smother a friend of mine across my forearms.
I prefer the muscle than that.
Sure.
That's why I wipe me on me.
Me by Crouch.
This knee,
That would be
on
the-
this knee,
that would
on
be-
this arm.
That would
on
be
your
like the
knee.
weirdest, most surreal kind of Maybelline effort. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's me. It's like, maybe
It has
her.
to be said more quizzically than that. It has to be like,
Maybe it's me.
Maybe she's born with it. No, maybe it's me.
Yeah, it's just like, Maybelline is just like, you know what? Everything that's beautiful about her, you imagined it. You're projecting your insecurities onto that poor girl.
Maybelline is just an existential crisis.
And you assume gender, you shitlords.
Yeah, don't you know what year
Maybe-
this is? 'Cause we don't.
No, I just want to come out
Current
with
year.
a really common accent. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Fuck off, it's me, you cunt! This is natural beauty!
What accent is that?
I don't drink you!
It's developing into pirate.
It's like Whore Island. It's like Mark came from Whore Island.
Well, you know what it was? He said Brian earlier. It reminded me of that terrifying time I was chased by a pimp.
Oh yeah, of course. For the listeners who may not have heard that story,
Go to episode
15.
15.
But give us a summary.
It's easy because it's labelled Brian.
Yeah.
I got chased by a pimp because I wouldn't pay a hooker £20 for tapping me on the shoulder, basically. And then I managed to get out to...
Their prices have gone way up.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yep,
you got
that's-
chased into like some flats.
No, they were my flats.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
like, do I take
It's
the
true,
elevator or
bro.
do I take the elevator or the stairs? The elevator or the stairs. So I took the stairs.
Is that
I
when
think
you,
that's bled into my subconscious
Yeah,
because I'm
probably.
very wary on that.
that's when you
Yeah.
still lived at Spembley?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then I need to find the next day when we're
I've never
downstairs.
seen a
He bashed
prostitute.
down someone else's door.
Listeners, I know what you're thinking. £20 for a tap on the shoulder. Yes, their prices have gone way up.
I know. It's a recession.
It's a firm tap.
For 40 quid, they'll spit on your bollocks.
But they
Call
won't
back.
shine them.
Or just laugh at them?
To be honest, for 30 quid, I'll take a derisive laugh.
I paid her 50 quid for a blowjob, and all she did was pull out a hairdryer.
I'm just kind of thinking in my head, like this editorial nightmare where they're just banging on and on. The stuff that could end up being live.
This is like half the show we've got.
And I'm just sitting there like,
Just
suppose I could put
job.
a bleep track.
Did you listen to Richard Herring?
No,
Because he did one where he talked about, he made allegations about Prince Andrew,
okay.
and he left it all in, but just bleeped out everything that was actionable. So it's like 15 minutes of just beep beep, and then he did beep beep beep, but we can't talk about that because beep beep beep. Just for like 20 minutes.
To be fair, that could end up being hilarious.
It is.
I do maintain that, like, especially on cartoons. I don't know if you guys have experienced this. When you watch cartoons and they're bleeped, it's funnier. than when you
Rick and
just
Morty.
hear the cartoon
It's a really
swear.
good example of
It's
that.
just like it's funny, but it's
I
funnier.
think it's because it's supposed to be such a childlike thing.
Yeah, but
Just to hear-
also-
just hear it drop the F bomb.
Also,
Your mind fills it in.
your mind fills
Yeah.
it in, and it could be an even worse word, even though you know it's not. You know?
And if they
Even if you see the
there are no
episodes.
more worse words.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think we know them. I think we've got them all. We've got
Yeah.
them all
You
now.
can make new ones up.
I would like to. I think that should be a challenge for the show.
invent
Try-
a new swear word.
Invent a new swear word
Feel free.
with a definition.
If you
Kick-Ass
think
the comic had a really good one.
what was that one?
Tunk,
Tunk.
which was like the boy equivalent of cunt.
Okay. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's quite good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have
Tell you
one
what,
episode.
I'm going to set a challenge to the listeners as well, actually. If you come up with a good swear word, email us at podcast@emotionally14.com and tell us your genius swear word, and we'll probably retweet it or share it somewhere. Or
We'll
put
talk
on
about
a
it
future
on another episode.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
make
Yeah, future
Blake
episode.
use it in his next intro.
I'll put it.
Oh yeah, we'll all adopt it. Try and use it as
That'd
much
be
as
great.
possible.
I'll put it on a T-shirt in Byro.
Yeah. I love the idea that next will be like, and Blake Harmer, he's like, spunk badgers.
But I think we need
because
it needs to not just be an existing word
That's fine, yeah.
bolted onto
It's just-
another existing
It was
word.
just an example. I don't
yeah.
expect it to actually be the best one we
Me and
get.
Omer
We should
came up
print
with
up
one.
T-shirts if it's really good. Like
To be fair, I have considered
Yeah,
printing
because
up a
it'll be
t-shirt
like
from
an
a
inside
previous.
joke. That
Crazy
only people
Train
on the listeners
t-shirts.
know.
Yeah, but if someone sent it in and they've got it, then they have patent pending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instantly I have to be sued.
Yeah.
I could always trademark.
I'll
it.
go
by
see it.
entering, they implicitly give us permission. To
I'll
put
figure
it
out
on
the
a
legal.
t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll figure out the
I'm going to up
legalities
the
of it.
ante of Rob's one and go with Spudger.
Spudger.
Spudger's
Spudger.
good.
I'm going with Spudger.
See, that is alright because that's not.
Me and
just,
Omer came up with one, and it's like the one you just said.
what tunk?
Tunk.
It was tunt.
Oh,
Tunk, similar, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty-
What does that denote?
Same thing, probably, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. That's fine. I mean, you know.
I haven't come up with a definition for Spudger yet, but when
That's
I do,
fine.
I'll
Yeah,
let
well,
know.
when you do, email it to podcast@emotionally14.com. Like our fine listeners are no doubt about to. They're probably hovering over the keys right now, just waiting for inspiration to strike. Just go with it. Instinct.
I think the stable of sick and twisted minds that we've got listening to this can
I
come
think
up
we
with some
could.
real fucking.
I think if they
gems.
can't, we have bigger
Hey,
problems.
just forget about all
Yeah.
that.
I lose all hope for the next generation.
I do
Just
anyway.
tweet Blake.
Yeah.
He needs the followers.
Yeah, to be fair.
He won't notice though.
That's
When
fuck's
was the
sake,
last time
Blake
you logged
on
into your
Twitter.
Twitter?
Yeah, we'll do the social
We'll
media
do the
roundup.
social
at the end.
media.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll do the social media roundup at the end, and Blake can get his own little segment. Yeah, and we can talk about his fucking genius tweets, some of the stuff he comes up with. But he gets. I'm amazed you've never been suspended because they just delete your shit so fast. You wouldn't even know it's
Do they
there.
actually? I don't even know if I'm following.
Thank you, Ted.
Fuck.
It's alright, I think the chat covered you opening that
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah, I think so.
sufficiently.
I think you're okay.
Don't talk about my people that way.
You fucking centaur with your 4 legs, 2 arms.
4 legs bad, 2 legs good. Yeah, you hear that, dogs? Fuck off.
Did you just? No.
Yeah.
No.
Did I just what,
Did you just?
declare war on dogs?
No.
Yeah. What of it?
No,
Bring it.
What would it be? Not like assumed gender, but assumed
Species.
race? Species.
To be fair, Tumblr is going that way.
Yeah.
I am a
And they can
donkey.
fuck off and all.
Fuck off, anal.
Come to us from Tumblr. Go fuck me back where you came from, you bastards.
Join us on emotionally14.tumblr.
Something.
Don't fuck off.
Don't know enough about how it
Fuck
works.
off, you spaggers.
Totally worth it, that domain.
Spudgers.
Spudgers.
With a U.
That domain name costs a lot of money, but it's totally fucking worth it. Emotionally14.tumblr.fuck off.
/ bunch of tons.
Yeah. It's annoying because
Hey,
there's certain, phrases you can get that are actually domain names, and fuck off isn't one of them, which I think is a missed the trick there.
They really
think
have.
so, yeah.
You need to make that happen and cash
Maybe. I think so.
That'd be the
like
best
in. I mean,
vanity.
fucked off.
I feel like
Fuck
you
that
can't
off, yeah.
contend with the internet.
Me versus the web. Bring it.
Yes, I think you should change that, Rob. I don't think you should change that, Rob.
I guarantee it.
They got to you already.
Give it 2 weeks. It won't be called the internet. It'll be called the Robinet.
Spunternet.
Spunternet. Do you know what? Let's tell you what. If I can take over the web by the
The
next episode,
interwave.
I will happily call it the Spunternet.
The
Isn't
Spunternet.
Yeah.
That's
Like
basically the
interwave.
core of the
I'm like
internet
an
all the
interwave.
port lives on. Is the Spunternet.
The World Wide Web.
The World Wide Wade.
Okay.
X-Hamster, RedTube, YouPorn, all that. That's the Spunternet. That's what that's called.
Oh, actually, no,
It's
that's
actually what that is.
That's collectively. That's the Spunternet.
I don't know.
Wow.
Believe it or not, .XXX is a real domain name that they can buy if they so wish.
See, someone's done .XXX, but they haven't done fuck.off.
Yeah, I know, right?
But they've done Return of Xander Cage. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, triple X, the new triple X. Yeah, yeah. It's .XXX hyphen return of hyphen of then the
Triple X versus
you
the
can
Return
spell
of the
it.
hyphen.
Fill in the fucking rest.
God, why don't they do this?
What's that?
Triple X versus Triple H.
What?
Or Triple X
Vin Diesel versus Triple H.
Yeah, get out.
No, just the film Triple X versus Triple H.
Oh, okay.
3 X's walk into a bar. 3 H's walk into. You see where I'm going with
Yeah, I
this?
get it. Yeah.
They have sex.
Spaghetti everywhere.
Do you know, of the things I was expecting you to say next, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
But if you asked me what it was, I wouldn't know.
What did I say?
So should we start the show?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Hello and welcome.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where we got to last.
Yeah. So your story to tell was the hospital one, wasn't it? Because you said Spike's got a story to tell.
There was something we were talking about before. Oh, but it's sort of bolted on to something Mark wanted to tell. Yeah.
What did I want to tell?
You wanted to tell about you and Stephen making.
No,
that was
we've
told that before.
No, that's
Yeah.
we've done that. So basically, for listeners, you probably remember.
If you don't, I'll find the episode.
We'll find it and reference
in episode. And is it here? I'll just put 31.
Of course.
In
17.
the Street Fighter voice.
Yeah.
31.
If you're downloading it, USA. Can you hear us over there in China?
Perfect.
Sorry, we don't talk much about Japan. Are you getting over not being in the USSR?
It's more like USSR.
Hey.
It's like really like
USSR.
USSR. Yeah.
Like he's chewing on a
Yeah.
He's killed it now.
popsicle stick
Yeah.
or something like that.
It's fine.
Sucky.
Take that shit back to
The
Brazil.
joke was the sand. You grabbed it, it fell out of your hand.
Good. The joke.
Fuck Sand.
I was tired of that joke, so I killed it.
Anakin.
Tired the joke.
Fuck Sand. Hashtag Anakin was right.
Fucking hell.
Anyway,
And the more
So-
he tightened his grip, the
Of
more
course.
sand slipped through his fingers.
so the story I told was how Stephen and I hid in the cinema screen,
Yep.
watching Spike go to and from the bin, and we kept turning off the light, see him walk up and down, confused as fuck. And then on the last time we was at the door waiting for him, we screamed at him and he gripped his heart, like cleaning his hand, going, "Oh my dear God,
Yeah.
or my sweet Jesus," or something
I
like
remember
those.
this.
And I always wanted to know what was going through your head when Stephen and I did that to you.
I think it's fairly obvious. It's
No, the whole
all
thing.
the blood.
Like the whole thing. The whole thing.
Well, I just thought there was something wrong with the lights. I was like, oh, or I can't remember if I even noticed the first time. Like I just thought, like because I'd just been outside where the street lights were quite bright, and when I come back in, I thought, oh, it's taking longer than usual for my eyes to adjust to this darkness. But then eventually I realised that they were off. But I just carried on going because I was like,
3 times. Three
Yeah.
times we turned that light off.
and then when they scared me, I just thought, oh. That's
heart.
what it was.
Thing is,
after
though,
all.
like, when-
What cunts? While going, my heart.
I like how you can multitask.
We were
Yeah.
sat dead
I
in
like
the
the fact
centre
that
of
your
the...
actual train of thought is quieter and more relaxed than your actual body movement.
Yeah, well,
Internally,
that's
it's
it.
like, well,
I'm
goodness,
watching myself
those,
going
those
while
cunts
you're
have bested me. Outside the,
I was just watching myself going, why are you reacting so much, you burp?
You did. You literally pinned yourself up against that wall, and I think for a pure second I was like, "Take this well, Rob. Take this well."
My feet left the
ah,
ground.
shit.
It's
I've
terrible.
seen Spadger.
Yeah. But
Genius.
I remember a better story than that of Mark
Oh,
scaring someone.
go
Better
for it.
you see, which he doesn't. He might remember as I start to tell it, but basically my ex-girlfriend. And I loved.
not be known.
Yeah, I loved Mark for doing
For
this.
legal
'cause
Did you say
reasons.
Sheila must not be named?
She must
Shit,
not.
I didn't think that through.
Rachel must not be named. Stella must not be named.
You killed it now. Get out.
Sand gone.
Dead joke, dead joke.
Where was I? Yeah, I love Mark for doing this because I always felt like he was getting revenge on her on my behalf. Like,
Probably was.
But basically, there was a sink with a cupboard underneath it, a
Oh,
steel
there it is.
cupboard,
I've got it,
so
yeah.
small
Yeah,
that you wouldn't believe that a person could get inside it. But Mark's quite skinny and quite flexible.
He's very
so
live.
Folded himself up inside this cupboard, and then my ex is stood there doing the washing up for ages. For like 20 minutes, she's doing the washing up in front of this cupboard.
Did you pass out?
And no, he was just
Essentially.
biding his time. And then eventually, he just opened the cupboard. He just opened the cupboard and just shot his arm out and grabbed her leg really quickly. And she did like a banshee howl like you've never heard. Like almost like at the pitch that dogs can hear. It was so high.
Just assume what I've heard.
And I wasn't there. I heard it from out the front in like the customer area where all these people just turned around and was like, what's happening? Like someone was getting murdered somewhere. She screamed like that for so loud and so long.
Well, that was the aim, but she ran off.
And then she,
consider a
It
cow.
was beautiful, basically.
Yeah,
So
does sound
thank
good.
you for that.
You're welcome.
Does
I
sound
was
good.
just being a dick.
You do seem to do that to people a lot because there's the story of you getting up on the wardrobe as well
Oh, that
from a
was
previous
genius.
episode.
Like, yeah, okay, yes.
There's
That
a
was-
little like for
yeah.
Spike, you weren't here because you couldn't be here, and then you don't listen to the show because reasons.
Yeah, because
I'm sure they're great reasons. But Mark once
I'm just thoughtless.
got into the well.
No, it was on top.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. That's why. But Mark was up on the top of a crawl space, like a little crawl space above a wardrobe for what 10 minutes.
Like that, yep.
Just every time the door would be like closed, he'd just push it open again.
Occasionally, like opening like the wardrobe door. What the fuck is going on here? And it's only when she like laid back on the bed and just kind of laid back that she caught me in the angle, and I'm like. Like a fucking white bread gargoyle on top of a white bread gargoyle.
Racist.
Did you just assume my species
It's made of white bread.
I just imagined a piece of white bread on the ceiling with ginger hair.
Carved.
Ginger hair, fuck off. Ginger beard. We can't all have hair.
I just assumed you were a piece of bread. It can't be some
Did
slack.
you just assume my
slice.
my
Food
yeast,
stuff.
my produce? Did you just assume my produce?
You just assume my genus.
Did you issue one full of fibre?
Not wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a habit of doing that.
Yeah, well, fair
It's been a while since I've done.
Does seem like a thing you do a lot. Yeah. I can't
Well,
think.
actually, I think at work once I did do. You know when you do the air horn underneath their seat,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sit.
I'm trying to think what I don't really do that kind of.
Oh, I love it.
I do random stuff at work sometimes. Like, do you remember the shift I took to Christopher Walken for an entire evening?
Yes.
Yeah. I felt bad for
stuff
the,
like that.
I felt bad for the person whose first shift it was. Just like they got introduced to this lumbering pillar.
Is he
Hey,
alright?
hey, welcome.
Yes,
Great to meet you.
It's like, yeah, he had an aneurysm.
Yes. He's having some sort of episode. We're fairly sure.
I still remember what was it? We were at Cheers the Crowd.
Yeah. One of our.
One of our.
You guys
magic moments.
weren't there for Voldemort's awkward laugh, were you?
Oh my god.
Sorry. What?
Voldemort. That was
I'll
like
tell you what,
This
right?
is a thing.
Either way, regardless of the quality of the anecdote, that is your episode title right there. Voldemort's awkward laugh. Because then we'll just picture Ray Fiennes going.
no, it's like this.
It was
It's
that
like
Be
this.
Brave. Was
It's like this. That's how it goes.
No, but-
You can find it on YouTube.
there was
Just
the
Google it.
preamble
Oh, it's
as well.
a-
It was, Harry
Potter is dead. And what you do is you bit one end
be
of
like
the building.
meerkats just calling to each other,
Yes, you
wouldn't
bit
it?
one
Just
end of the
be-
building, you'd do it, and you'd hear someone off in the distance just go back at you. And then a third person would hear it and go and it would like go
tell you
to and
what,
fro across
if
the
we-
building.
if we
It's
had
like
to-
Harry
10 minutes.
Potter, Marco Polo.
Yes.
If we had to warn Gondor that orcs were on the way,
They're coming! Like the Voldemort.
Ba, 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 ba.
Starting again, Joe.
fucking hell.
But
They're taking the hobbits to
weirdly,
Twig with Isengard.
did you see the video of that thing that happens in Sweden that's similar to that?
I have, yes.
The Flocks to Scream.
No.
Which is
Oh,
where
shit,
you
yeah,
open
yeah.
the window in your apartment and just scream out the window and people start echoing you from
Yeah, we
other
should try
apartments.
Why is it that
Just
everybody...
screaming back.
cool.
Just as a quick question, why does everybody think we should emulate Sweden? That sounds mental.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's
to-
actually quite beautiful when you hear it, even though they're all just screaming.
It's kind of beautiful, that.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
if you like Scream.
Oh, humanity all brought together.
In terror. In their mutual love of high-pitched, piercing noises.
Yeah, but what about if someone's actually getting murdered?
Well,
Well, call
quite,
for help.
yeah.
Back at you.
They probably just don't
Yeah.
scream.
It's like the boy who cried out.
They probably.
There's some suspicious silence over there.
I mean,
Why did I turn
seriously, I'm
into
getting
Obi-Wan?
murdered.
Why did I turn into Obi-Wan?
Hello there, friend.
I have a bad feeling about this. Silence.
Now, see,
It's as if-
you know what I really
it's
want
as
to
if-
do now is
This
go
is not the scream you're looking
is go into A New Hope, and when his cloak gets struck by Vader's lightsaber, falls to right, or just Vader to just stand on it and go.
Yeah.
I just want a little.
Revelation.
I just
My
want like a
Obi-Wan
little
voice is
Lego like Obi-Wan to run out underneath the cloak, going, just run off. With, like Vader just trying to hit him on the floor with like a mallet or something like that. That would be
Who
the
just turned
best.
into the witches
With the Benny Hill
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
That'd be great as well. It's just like Vader just kind of pushing Obi-Wan's lightsaber back towards him. Quit sabering yourself. Why we're going fucking mental?
I would have loved if Vader just pissed on his robes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, that was easy. Decompression.
Oh, I can't aim with this thing. It's not there anymore.
I just always get the twin dreads after an erection.
Feel the wrath of my twin sons.
You can even see it though in like,
It's one son and one. I mean, nothing.
you can even see it in Obi-Wan's
Star
life.
Wars jokes.
Like you go back to the first 3 films,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan he's flipping all over the place, and you go to episode 4, it's just like,
Well, you know what's funny
he's like,
is
I'm too old for
everybody's
this
saying,
shit. This is what they're
everybody's saying like that's their sort of major
Danny
gripe.
Glover'd.
There are people who actually want them to go back and
just
redo
redo
that.
that.
fight scene from episode 4.
So they're more.
So they're more sort of
acrobatic.
sprightly and stuff. It seems to me like just
No, just leave it.
it would just
There was-
look weird. It'd be like Yoda in episode 2. Like that's
Make it longer than
the whole. I don't know if did you see Attack of the Clones at the cinema?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went with my dad.
You haven't watched the prequels.
No, I have.
Yeah, I went
I
to.
just don't own them.
Yeah, I went to the cinema with Dad. I remember when Yoda drew his lightsaber. Obviously, we've seen that in the trailer, and everybody was like, "Oh, amazing!" And he starts jumping around, and the whole screen just laughed it out of the park.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just like,
I thought it was amazing at the time.
Shit.
Watching it,
Like, oh,
watching it later, I was just like, when you think about it later, you realise it doesn't fit the character. But at the time, I thought it was amazing.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
sitting there thinking,
it's like-
Jim Henson, he got good.
What was I?
Get good.
Frank Oz, he's really got some moves now.
he was dead by that point.
Yeah, that's it. Talking about that fight though,
Yeah.
there's a guy on YouTube came up with a really good realization, like a good, logical explanation of why it makes sense.
Right.
And it's something to do with and it's to do with stuff you seen in Rogue One. Like, you know, Vader is like living in that Bacta tank basically until he's needed.
Yes.
And then he comes out and puts his suit on. And the guy reckoned the reason for that is when he's in his suit, he can only be in it for short periods of time. You know? This is hard work. He has to go back in the Bacta
I started
tank.
chuckling just because for some reason that what came into my head was the Littlest Hobo theme tune. Down the road, keeps on calling me.
In my Bacta tank.
Where I'll
What
always
he was
be.
describing is basically Cassandra from Doctor Who. Moisturise me.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what
Yeah,
he's
kind
like,
of.
isn't it?
Well, the only
He's so
bit-
crippled.
The bit that bugged me from that bit of the film was why would he choose his home planet to be surrounded by lava?
He did not
It's
choose
Mustafar.
Yeah.
It's Mustafar, isn't
I
it?
can tell you why.
He did not
it's because
choose it.
Mustafar, he didn't choose it, the Emperor did to make him angry.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, he
I
lost a
wasn't
lot
sure
that
if it
day.
was Mustafar or
It
just
is.
like
It's been
Mustafar.
Yeah,
confirmed
it was,
that
yeah.
it is.
It's, he lost a lot that day. Limbs, wife,
a choice of housing.
Neimoidian friends.
Willy.
Incidentally, my new Supreme Leader Snoke theory is that it's 2 Neimoidians in a long coat trying to sneak into an Empire
trade
movie.
negotiation people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone up the ventilation shaft. What racist?
Quick, try to do your best English.
Oh, we are the true Knight of Ren.
I heard Andy Serkis was important now.
Ouch.
We captured his motion. Down below.
If you know what I mean. I mean, literally.
No bums.
For some reason, that's my favourite thing to do at the moment. It's just like, say something and go, if you know what I mean. I mean, literally.
Yeah,
Just
you've done
not-
that a few times.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is. I just derive a lot of joy from it. Mainly because I think 9 times out of 10, you pick up on it more than most, but like 9 times out of 10, it goes completely over people's heads. I'm just like,
Yeah, they ignore
if
it.
you know what I mean,
Just humour.
literally, and they just go anyway. So maybe they are. Yeah, maybe they are blanking it.
They probably look at it and just like, fair enough.
Well, thanks for
Fair enough.
We're all sick of your shit, Rob.
If you know what
We've held it in for too long.
What was I thinking? I was dreaming it was funny.
We're all sick of your shit, Rob. If you know
We
what
told you not to dream.
We're sick of your shit.
We warned you. So,
You've been told.
so we have a couple of listener questions. It'd be interesting to see how much mileage we can get out of them. But
Is one of them mine?
no,
Good. I asked
No.
one.
did you? Was it about sushi?
Yeah.
Pork, please. Yeah.
That settled out.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so join us
You've gone
next
for the
week.
more traditional type.
Join us for next week with more interesting questions.
Need quest.
And if you're here next week, you'll notice that we're not.
To be fair, we cycle every other week, so yeah, that's fair.
That's what I meant from that, not the poor quality of our timing of the
And
show.
sushi.
Nothing at all. Yes.
Yes.
No. Nothing robotic.
Continue.
No.
Don't go outside.
Don't go outside. To be fair, if you're listening on a mobile device, feel free to go outside. It's just hard to carry a laptop around, that's all. So, for listener
your one.
questions... Yeah, my one, yeah. True. So, listener Ryan from the Medway Towns, he's written in before. He used to give us a lot of train facts.
I know.
Ryan?
And his question is... Do you guys even like trains?
Wait, we answered this.
So let's go around. Yeah, this is it. We made the mistake of starting to answer it and then went, shit, stay in the moment. So let's go around the table. And so, Mark, do you like trains?
Do you know what? Actually, I do.
Yeah?
I enjoy.
What is it about trains you like?
That I can fall asleep and not have to worry about crashing.
Fair.
But then I do have to worry about waking up with all my stuff.
I've had that worry before. The worst I've ever done is miss my stop because I was sleeping and also pissed.
I always seem to do this thing, like if I've got a bag, I'll always hook my arm through one of the
Just fall asleep face down.
that's sensible.
like
That's
that.
sensible.
But other than that, no, I like using the train. I like to sit there listening to music.
Yeah.
That's the most boring answer you're probably going to get. But yes,
It's actually a serious answer. It's not
It's
what I was
perfectly
expecting.
reasonable.
I wasn't quick-witted enough to come up with like something funny. But
Yeah,
Fuck
fair.
trains.
I like trains in the dick.
Right down the penile hole.
Right in the peen.
They totally have.
Right in the schlong tunnel.
I like it high speed. I like it low speed.
HS1.
Mind the gap.
I like some delays.
oh, what you'll get.
I like underground.
I don't like signalling problems. I tend to go to prison.
Put leaves on your line. I'll strike your railways.
That sounds like something Palpatine would say.
I'll strike your railways.
Do it.
If you strike my railways, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
I need to develop my Obi-Wan.
All right. How about trains? Do you like trains?
I need to develop my trains too.
All right.
I like trains.
Yeah?
Yeah. My dad's a train enthusiast, so
Okay.
like he's got like loads of pictures of like the decommissioned steam trains and stuff, and I've got like a few train sets. So.
Okay.
Do you know my granddad used to drive those as well, steam
Steam
trains?
trains.
Train sets.
Yeah,
He must be
train
tiny.
sets. That big.
He's only a small man. I know they say you get smaller as you get older, but that's
Maybe
ridiculous.
his granddad was Ultraman.
Oh,
He
or
is
Ant-Man
Ultraman.
perhaps. Or Ant-Man perhaps.
Or
He could be
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man,
A very small Ultraman that transforms into human size when he is big.
All right. Thanks for taking
Sort
the time
of
to
just
explain.
man, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because actually I can also add comic books to the tags for this podcast. That's good. That's helpful.
Wait,
See,
Ultraman's
nicely done.
not a comic.
I just called his
Isn't it?
granddad.
It's a Japanese kaiju show.
Oh, I'm thinking
Yeah.
of the DC character. Sorry,
We
that's
did
not
mention
Ultraman as well.
Kick-Ass in the
Oh,
comic
okay.
book earlier.
Yes, we did. Yes,
Yeah,
fine. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Anything I can do to put as many tags in this as possible. It's going to have, like, to be fair, considering the subject matter we talk about, it could have thousands.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hashtag JCVD.
Have you seen the TV show? Of his Netflix
I have seen
pilot?
a
Oh, no,
TV
Netflix.
show,
It's
yeah.
What's
the
it?
Amazon
So
pilot.
I've seen the advert for it. What's it actually about?
He plays himself,
Okay.
and not only is he Jean-Claude Van Damme, the film star, he's also a Black Ops operative in his spare time. But he
That's
hasn't
awesome.
done either for ages. He retired, and so he's all out of shape and useless.
That's great.
But then he's him trying to get back into it, and it's really
I
funny.
really like that.
Really
Have
funny.
you
It's
seen
like
the
a
film?
Rocky montage.
Kind of.
Where he
Yeah.
plays himself.
Where he plays
No.
Yeah.
That's
very
more
good.
serious, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, like there's a bit where he breaks the fourth wall and just looks directly into the camera, gets lifted out of the scene.
Yeah.
Like the scene literally just, like he just goes, and the scene like, there's a guy with a gun. Like the plot, he leaves the film.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
Thank you for that very picturesque description.
Well, he literally does just get lifted out of the
About out of frame.
But still,
My planet
I
needs
don't know how many.
And then
I don't know how many different times you could have
Belgium.
explained that by using just the words.
Mark,
he got lifted.
He gets lifted.
He got shipped. He got lifted. He got
He got shifted.
Lifted was
He got hoisted. He elevated.
He got moved in a vertical
Was
fashion.
lifted, Jean-Claude, out him the sea.
hashtag.
Film gone. Film gone.
Hashtag of.
Hashtag kickboxer. And then he does like some kind of monologue about how hard his life's been. It was great.
Okay.
He is
cool.
really.
Fair enough.
He doesn't. He really like.
He
takes
strikes
the
me
piss out of
as
himself
he
so
strikes
well.
me as somebody who's got a good sense of humour about
Yeah,
himself.
and he's smarter than what he appears.
Those,
Yeah.
those beer
That's
adverts. he
common
does.
in
I
Van
love
The
Damme.
Coors Light. I
Yeah.
love the Coors Light adverts. I think
Yeah,
it's
they're
so
great.
good.
Yeah, they are good.
And he is, legitimately an impressive athlete as well. Because
Yeah.
obviously, I couldn't even stand on one truck. So
Two
he
legs.
managed to bounce between two. I can't even stand on one
Yeah.
with boots nailing me to the surface. I am that gimpy. I would just fall.
To be fair, how would we get up there?
There is that. But it's not like they have ladders on those things.
No.
Not
You'd
in
have to be
EG1.
lifted out of the film. And on top of the.
That's
like,
where he was being
Describe
hoisted
this to me
to.
again.
Right.
Lifted.
Blake,
Right.
trains? Yay or nay?
I like the concept of trains.
He likes them enough to sing
You
a song
hipster
about them
fuck.
every
But I
week.
think they're a bit overpowered.
I like the idea of
Yeah,
trains
they're
more
a
than
bit
actually
OP.
like them.
I just think they're a bit too mainstream.
No, I
Sorry.
like travelling on trains.
Okay.
I don't like. Obviously, they seem to be run terribly a lot of the time.
There is that. There is no other industry in which Worst Company of the Year seems to be one that they compete for, but Train Company of the Year seems to be one that the bottom two are just like, I'm fucking having them this year. This is like 76% approval rating. We can get fucking worse than that. Come on, shit on the customer.
Literally, do it, everyone.
Do it for Southern.
You know it's bad when Southern have their own. Isn't it an online game or something where the aim of the game is to
delay them as much, them as little as possible.
Really?
As much
Sorry,
as
like
Oh
that.
my god, they've become self-aware.
Pass the time by just playing a game that reflects your pathetic existence.
Wait a minute, Southern, aren't we Southeastern?
We're Southeastern.
Yeah, but
Southern's the one that's having all the
Southern are the ones
I was
that
going to say, because that's the one that Cash uses. She's always like, your trains are weird. Like, mine at least run by somebody's schedule.
Southern,
they run today.
the recent stuff at Southern like bled over into the southeastern one.
It has a knock-on
There's
effect.
certain, there's certain stations that they both serve,
yeah.
so obviously like people can. This is thrilling for the listeners, I know. There might be, to be fair, Ryan's getting fucking loads out of it.
Fuck, it's called the fucking Crazy Train. They
Well,
can,
true,
they can
yeah,
listen
true.
to some actual train talk for
Yeah,
5
listen
minutes.
to some real train talk. Yeah, you know what? You get loads out of us. You can have this for fucking free and all. You ungrateful bastards.
This time they're strictly on the rails.
Yeah, exactly. We're sticking to rails for 5 minutes. So, yeah, because there's
It
stations.
feels weird, man. It feels weird.
Go with it, bro. Go with it. So, there's stations that they both serve. So, if somebody can't get on a Southern train, like they can't this week at the time of recording because they've all up the spout, then they would jump on a Southeastern train. In which case, they tend to get busier until that point. So it can have a knock on in that respect.
Yeah.
Also, what I tend to find is people in my office work from home a lot because they just can't justify the journey because it'll take hours.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's always. I don't know if this is just an observation that I've kind of forced on myself, or whether it's actually something that happens in offices. It's always the day that people work from home, I need to give them tech support because I can't go and sit at their machine and actually sit with them and go through it. So I have to, I'd have to make my way to like Brighton or some shit. And I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, couldn't afford the t-shirt, had to return it, etc. Spike trains, yeah or no?
Yeah, they're all right. Though my life seems to revolve around every other form of transportation. Because we had the whole wacky coach debacle.
Yep.
And well, if it comes,
I'm totally over it.
You're driven by Dick Dastardly.
If it comes together, my new job's going to involve working with boats. So I'm really looking forward to what you come up with that fucking.
Here's your spoon. Off you go.
I will have a think.
Yeah, please do.
I'm on a boat. That's
Bated
all I've
breath.
The Guna schooner. There you go. You can have that for free. But yeah, it's
Okay, so I think that's a majority vote.
Yeah, I mean,
Sket ski.
yeah, there you go. Sket ski.
Nice.
Yeah. As somebody who uses trains every day, I could probably do with fewer of them in my week. I do find them a bit. I mean, I've done it for a long time now, the commute, so I do kind of find myself a little bit beaten down. But at the same time, it does allow me to catch up on reading, audiobooks, TV series, because obviously Amazon Video lets you download for offline.
And Netflix.
I know Netflix now do as well.
Only
Yeah.
for originals.
There's certainly bits, aren't there? Yeah.
Most of the originals are pretty good. So.
I mean, like if I can download Daredevil, then that would be enough. So I may
You
resubscribe.
can.
I guess if it's an original, it must be, mustn't it? Yeah.
it is.
So yeah, maybe I'll resubscribe to Netflix. Who knows? Other video streaming services are available. I haven't got a fucking clue if they do offline downloads or not. So enjoy that.
Hulu.
But yeah,
Don't have that here, do we?
Hulu. We have Hulu.
Yeah, we've got
I
Hulu.
think so.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure. In the UK, we do.
If not, then they're just cruelly
Well, we've got
advertising.
everything if you just VPN it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Not that we're saying you should,
That's
but it's something that's physically possible.
Yeah. We're not,
That would be wrong.
That would be wrong.
we're not pirates, we're Crazy Train.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy Trains don't have pirates on them.
No, they have conductors.
Indiana Jones fighting people.
There was a sketch show.
They
There
have
was a sketch
conductors,
show.
or what it's called. Conductors.
Indiana Jones fighting pirates.
You
I'd
almost went
watch that.
Yeah,
Chinese.
why did that never happen?
Yeah, why? That would have been better than Aliens.
No ticket.
What be a ticket?
No, there was a sketch show where Brian Blessed played a railway pirate,
That's awesome.
and
That is
he was like chuffing down the road,
like
down the tracks on his big old dirty old diesel
Nice.
locomotive, and he's leaning out of it like attacking like a commuter train.
Let's be fair, that's just him coming home from filming Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
I tried to get I tried to get an exchange going with him on Twitter today because he put up a thing. It's like
About
a
badges.
No, it was about it was a charity thing, and it's about your makeup of it's like a sort of fake makeup test. It's like you answer some questions and it calculates your optimism percentage and all that stuff. It's like a bit. It's kind of pseudosciencey, but it's for a good cause.
So it's not like Ultimate Banzuki.
No, but he went through all the
Ultimate Banzuki.
He put
Banzuki that thing with
It was a TV show that Brian Blessed did.
Yeah.
He's dressed up as a red
So there's this.
Was it Unbeatable Banzuki?
That sounds like
Today's challenge: sliding down razor blades and landing on lemons. Who will triumph?
Why have I never seen
Bring it, motherfuckers!
Well, it was on Challenge at one point.
I think
It does sound like a chat. It sounds fucking harrowing.
I think I have TV now.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so.
So they got this picture of Brian Blessed, and it's all the sort of. It's not a picture of Brian Blessed, but it's like a picture of all the different elements of his personality. And I replied back really simply, not even 1% megaphone, #skeptic. And he didn't reply, bastard. So if you're listening, Brian Blessed, I mean, it's unlikely, but go with it. Reply back to my damn tweet, you bastard. You're not that busy.
How freaked out are you going to be if he now replies to that?
I resent the fact you called me a bastard.
When I prefer the term fucker.
I prefer tunt.
I prefer badger tunt.
Or Sponge!
Spudger. We're back to Spudger.
Let's feel
Fucked up, man. Yeah, Sponge. I don't know what that was.
I'm too old for this.
So with the cast having evolved into random noises, I think it's time to call time on this episode of The Crazy Train. So thank you very much for listening to episode 45 of The Crazy Train from Emotionally 14 Productions. I've been your host, Rob Wade, and I've been joined by Marc Cummins.
Spudger!
All right.
Sorry.
Sauerkraut.
Rim through the Asher on the 45.
I love the way you just turned to Blake at the 45 as if he was going to be like joining in.
And Blake just looked at you like, no, I'm going to leave you hanging.
No, you're alright.
Everybody needs a person for a pillow. Everybody needs a person.
Blake Harmer.
That was my bit.
That's fine. I'll find a way to splice it together. Blake Harmer. Bosom. And Spike Direction.
Pity party out.
I've been your host, Rob Wade, and if you want to connect with Emotionally 14, you can do so on Twitter at Emotionally 14. We have a Facebook page, Emotionally 14, YouTube page, Emotionally 14. You can find the Crazy Train and the E14 Gamecast on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube, where you can find full episodes of the podcast set to a static logo, because fuck that noise, it's a lot of work putting those videos together anyway. What else? And what am I missing? Individual people, there you go. So if people want to find you on social media between shows, where can they find you, Mark?
Facebook, Spin-Adventures, Spin- being one word, or Twitter, Spin-Adventures. That's for cosplay stuff and bits and pieces of what I'm doing.
It's at Spin-57, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, I keep forgetting that 57 part because
it does seem rather arbitrary.
Yeah,
Change it to 45.
Numbers.
45. No, the 57.
Brimful of Asher on the 57.
That's my new Twitter page.
Mr. Crouch.
Spin-57.
So you're just piggybacking on his Twitter
Actually,
account.
like Crouch and me, we're just the same person.
Yeah.
We're just really good at accents.
Mind
And
blown.
being to people. I'm actually the inflatable portion of mine.
I just put a drawstring on the side.
In the event of an emergency, I inflate into a different person. Crouch, where can people find you on social media?
I just love that it pokes out the hair at the top as well.
Sprout beard.
That's
I've
it.
already got that.
Your hair's not gone, it's just deflated.
It's it, yeah. It's like a Play-Doh thing.
Making it sound so magical.
That's why it comes out like stars, right?
Yes.
Crouch, Twitter, fuck.
I'm at Grost on Twitter.
Any other social media stuff?
Spin-Adventures.
Fair enough.
Spin-57.
Yeah, alright, cool.
I remember the number.
Blake?
You can find me on Twitter at fucksake_Blake.
Never ceases to make me laugh.
Although you're more likely to get me to respond on at spin-57.
We're all just stealing his Twitter.
Please do it, because I need the followers.
Fine.
Shit.
Well done.
You heard the man shit.
Try to remember that thing.
What thing?
What thing?
That thing
If you
that-
go into a
that
bosom
people
for a
use.
pillow,
I'll come round to
I think
Spike.
his brain's failed.
What about you on social
Internet,
media?
Just open the window and yell my name.
spoons, camera,
Ladies use it.
Spike!
pictures, ladies use
Pinterest.
Pinterest.
If you
or if you really need help, just blow this whistle and I will come to your aid.
Spike, I just put some liner notes in. Spike produces whistle. It's super effective.
The old Spike whistle test.
Yep, that's me.
Was that a Mighty Boosh thing where he gave him a flute? He was like, no,
Probably.
It's like, call me on do. No, you did do. You were the other guy.
Well, I got it from Wild Zero, the Japanese rock and roll zombie movie starring Guitar Wolf, the band.
I'm on board with this.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Just from the description,
Yeah.
I want to see all of this.
Guitar Wolf play
I
a
want to
gig
go
and then
to
they
that.
get betrayed by their manager, and then their biggest fan storms in at the right moment and saves them. So they swear to be his blood brother. You know, they cut their hands and like shake, like he's like, "You are now our blood brother."
Streams.
And then Guitar Wolf gives them. He's like, "If ever you need help, Ace, just blow this whistle and we'll come to aid you." And then a zombie apocalypse happens.
And
So
then-
he blows the whistle, and they're at another gig miles away, and they just stop and go, "It's Ace! He needs us!" Jump on their motorbikes, drink beers, throw them to the ground, and go, "Rock and roll!" and just ride off with flames coming out the exhaust
This
pipe.
just sounds like a sequel to Kung Fury.
If,
Like, I really wanna
honestly, if you've
see
never
it.
seen Wild Zero, do yourself a favour and get that.
will.
Alright? It's a great movie.
Downloading
It's like a really good shit movie. You
And
know?
speaking of stuff that I asked you, where can people find you on social media?
I don't know.
Hey there.
I don't
I went
even,
off on a
I don't
tangent.
even remember turning up.
It is the place for it, to be fair.
I remember being blown up.
You get. Sorry, I started
Social media,
this.
yeah.
At Big Beat 1985. That's
Nice.
me.
Okay, cool. So you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RobWadeVision, and as all the other stuff I mentioned, Emotionally 14, you can find on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, iTunes. Thank you very much for listening, and have a crazy day. Get on board, motherfuckers!
Rock and roll. Spin dash 57.